Good evening, my friends. Today is Friday and it will be posted in the morning. So please watch this in the morning. Thank you for your comments. Some of them were very harsh on me and I probably deserve it, but that's not what I meant. I never will try to offend any person of color. Doesn't matter what color. Or anyone. What I meant, I was hoping that Biden will choose from the big amount of people someone who will be zesty, feisty, aggressive, to stand up to the Republicans when they have those debates that will make them tired to discuss. So they will have to give up sometimes on the values because it has to be someone who will go with the close to them. That's what I meant. I didn't knew that Biden make a promise. That was his choice. And I hope he's not choosing someone like Merrick Garland. Nice guy, very good values. But he is not what I was saying about. Even as DOJ, he is very quiet, calm. If he will be like Barr, he will probably go ahead faster with so many things. So that's my point of view. Please forgive me. I didn't meant to cause the storm, and I deserve it. I'm not aware of that much discrimination towards women, so that one is. And thank you for your donations as well. Today morning, I saw in my lucid dream. Lucid dream you have between real dream and you wake up. You are half awake, but still sleepy. And I got a message. It was a card like that, and I knew those symbols are symbol of dead people. It was drawn like a child card. So I saw this and I thought, oh, so many casualties. So I'm sharing this with you. I don't understand what that means. I hope nothing huge, but that's what I was seeing. And, I always feel that I have to share those visions and my predictions. And the good thing about statue of Saint Joseph, so many people were sharing how lucky they were in selling in 3 days, 3 weeks, the houses. So I sent this, wrote to Tracy, go through the advices from the comment sections, and I told her that there is a possibility to buy Saint Joseph statue on Amazon, so she might use that. Well, magic is magic, and it's not a bad magic. I never heard about this to put in the ground upside down, but why not if it will help? But someone said that it put in the window and it worked as well, so you don't have to, because in our climate you will not be able to put even that much in the ground. Shovel, it's too hard. It's frozen. And they are saying that there are signals from this flying unidentifiable flying object moving extremely fast. So it must be really, really fast if they are calling this fast. And sending radiation, it's about on the Milky Way, flashing every 18 minutes. And it's 4,000 years away. So they are wondering what it is. And when I went in France, I thought that it's a baby star. And now they were saying maybe chip of the star, crack of the star. I saw a baby star. So, and it looks like there are some UFOs on it. ETs, not UFO, ETs on it, and they are looking for life somewhere else. So they are kind of sending signals and checking at the same time. That's interesting. I will pull some cards. I have a shuffle in front of you that. And I cleansed them already. Okay. So what is this? What is that flying object? There are some doctors and scientists. There are some people on that. And they are looking for some place to discover for themselves. So maybe even landing, the hermits. And so that will be interesting to learn more about them, even to observe them. There is some story I feel like I have to share with you, because you might know someone who will be illegally crossing borders from USA to Canada. There was a family of 4 parents and 2 children. The years were, I didn't write, but 39, 37, 11 years old girl, and little baby 3 years child 3 years old, and they were crossing border to Manitoba. They were walking 11 hours. They must be have been lost. There are no connection to any solar systems, so they couldn't call for help, and they froze. They were from India, and on those empty fields, no one is driving. There are not even roads there because everything is covered with snow. So the farmers are going just in the spring, and during the summer there is some movement of people, but not during the winter time. So they freeze, all of them, they froze. And what a tragic story. So if you know someone who is thinking of smuggling people to Canada, those people were from India, and apparently 6 traffickers were already investigated in India. So that is something horrific. And they are taking from 10,000 per person to 60,000 per person to smuggle them, and they are not doing the good job. So if you know someone who is thinking in the spring, in the summer, yeah, they are dehydrated, and sometimes they don't have enough food, and they are as well. But there is more movements of people, so not that many casualties. In the winter, it's horrific over here, so be prepared for the bad outcome if someone is thinking. China and Russia will attack my predictions now. And I saw Putin and President Xi walking on a beach holding hands. So I think they will attack the same time, kind of. Right now, there are Olympic Games starting, so I don't think China will go for right now. So Putin will wait. And Putin is saying, I'm not going to attack you. Will they attack together? At the same time, it will be complete disorientation. So USA wouldn't be able to react properly about Taiwan, or about lovers, king of love, queen of love, for security. So they want to do something that will give them extension secure way. Yeah, if they will both attack the same time, that will be. No one is talking about this. Putin is saying that he is not going to attack. What are his plans? I saw him playing like toreador with the bully. Toreadors are not really attacking, they are teasing. And he is showing people, I'm here, look at me, I'm annoying you. And President of Ukraine is saying, I don't think he is going to attack. And Putin is saying, I'm not going to attack. But he can tease and then he can be attacked, apparently. There are people, and I know some of you will disagree with me, but some people in Ukraine would like to go to Russia, to be part of Russia. So I think he will take that and he will say, I'm just helping those people who wants to be with me. And he will claim some part of Donbass, and there is another part that he will be thinking that he can claim it, not attack. Would that happen? So I will. Angel of Justice. So yeah, he will be justifying everything what he is doing. German was accusing Polish people that we attacked them in 1939. It was not Polish people who attacked Germans, but they created a scenario. They went to the radio, they were making a loud talk that they were attacked by Polish people. The German people was attacked by. That was everything done with premeditation. Putin will make good choices and he wants to be the power, the absolute power. So, why Russians are so focused to have war games of Irish coast? You are hearing a lot about those fishermen in Ireland from Irish coast that are standing up to Russian ship, and it's a warship. And I think the Russian wants to, if there will be a good moment of that, something that they would like to, if Biden will put some restriction on Putin, they want to sabotage the underwater cables who are connecting Europe with USA and Canada. And that is something that is going actually over there, and I think that's the reason no one is talking about this, but I'm just feeling that might be the way that they are. Yeah, magic. Something happened. Some little bomb went and it destroyed. There will be a lot of damage, a lot of crying, and surprise, we didn't mean it. We didn't mean it. Yeah, you went there. You were staying there. Even the fishermen were asking you to leave. That's not for no reason. They are there for some reason. And the ambassador should be responsible for what they are doing. The Irish government should be more pushy, I think. And China will cancel complete independence of Hong Kong. One of my predictions. Not a good one, but they will try to do that. And they are already very successful, taking so many people who are speaking out to the prison. The sun will be shining on China. They want to celebrate and they want to have the security. There is so many banks in Hong Kong. Mar is asking, will the Canadian dollar increase in 2022, or it will be a part of USA within the next 3 years? I think it's parallel, that means. And I think it will be the same, kind of, because I saw the pavement of coins going the same direction to the same bank. So we'll go up or we'll go down. Up, there will be judgments, so for the down, but it might be the security, the same kind of angel will be watching, so I think it will be maybe not too much damage. Robert Mueller investigation will be open and we will learn more. Pulling book from the bookshop. I might answer that before, but I hope. It's so hard to remember all the answers because there was only part-time job done because bars stopped. So now they will gain some strength and they will be able to remove some people who were blockading. So they should go after bar. Even bar is now cooperating with the jury. Chloe Rush. Do you see EMP attack on US in the future? EMP is a pulse of high-intensity electromagnetic radiation. Yes, it will happen in the future. I don't know how far, but I can feel it right away when I was reading this, and some scientists will have to figure out how to protect the computers. Cryptocurrency might be dissolved, so many things might be damaged because it can attack hardware of any computer, apparently. It's about sharing. Whoever will attack will be very successful. Intuitively, we are worried about this. We are always worried about cyber attacks and magnetic attacks, which is even probably worst. Be ready for Feds to raise rates up to a few times even. So they might not only once raise, but they might be raising and raising. So be prepared for that. Yeah, they will be cheating. My cheating card going for that. People will have sleepless nights, a lot of drama, a lot of chaos. Devil card. Pollution will be taken more seriously and restrictions will take places. Climate change will be very destructive. Already is destructive in East Coast today. So they will start paying more attention. Even those people who don't believe, they will understand what's going on and it's not normal. So they will start fighting and protecting the earth, doing better job, because we will be walking on the eggshells. Someone will be always worried that they can be the casualties. We can have tornado, we have snowstorms in the summer sometimes, not snow, but hailstorms. That's quite common in our province. So it is something that all people have to be prepared that we are all vulnerable, and scientists will be able to hibernate humans, for traveling in a space by using nitrogen. They are already doing some experiments on the squirrels. We have one squirrel in our backyard. Even when it's cold, she's coming because she knows that we will always give her nuts. So I'm nuts and I'm running all the time to buy nuts. one box per week. It's going on, so the big birds are coming and feeding, taking those nuts, and our squirrel is coming. So she is not hibernating. She should, but somehow she knows that she can eat during the winter, and she's relying on us for many years, so she knows that we will always. There was two before. I don't know what's happened with the other one. It was much bigger, so maybe died. And the little one now is big, and she is coming, like observing us, and our dog is observing her from the window, and she is, we can say, squirrel, and she's running to the door, let me out, let me out. So would people will be able to be hibernated? That's such an interesting thing. What it will be if we could, wait for a better time when they can do some transplant on people when they are sick and they can't have a heart for replacement. If they can hibernate them and they can wait, wouldn't that be a marvelous thing to do? Good harvest. So there is possibility that will be harnessed, with heart problems or the tough journey for people. So eventually they will be able to do it. Inflation will rise. So that, I think I said that they will be rising the rates, so inflation will be rising as well. And rainbow. People are having a rainbow of a family. The whole world will be suffering because the shaky tower. So it's not that it will be easy just on one. Everyone will be on the same category, kind of thinking, oh my gosh, a few years ago it was so wonderful. Locust invasion. Those insects that will be flying and eating all the fields. They will be invading probably some places in Asia, in Africa, even in America, north or south. But I saw invasion of them, so I'm worried that that will happen. And people will have to use more pesticide to fulfill the dreams, and they will be observing and learning more. So that can be maybe control. When they are flying, they will be able to put a wall, but then they are putting so much chemicals, and that's not good for our food. Okay, so now I will give you my home remedies. Please remember, I'm not a doctor, I'm not even a nurse, I'm not a nurse. I'm just interested in the home remedies, and my remedies might not be reliable. I just know from some people that they were using some remedies. This one is reliable because they have new some new device for sleep apnea. It is a button that you are putting to your night outfit. You are sleeping, and when you are stopping breathing, it will click and you will kind of be half awake. So it will give you some little shock and your heart will not stop, which is wonderful. So that already exists. So if someone has to wear the mask, maybe they can switch this for that monitor. I have something here. This is honey pomelo. It's form of grapefruit, humongous, but my boss in the hotel, his wife had a clog in the leg, and eventually she had a heart attack. She survived. but she had that predisposition to clocks. So someone told her that eating that white stuff, which doesn't have any taste, can control the problem. So they both were eating, and the grapefruit is wonderful too if someone has constipation. The lady that I was working for in England, I told you, the multimillionaire ex-model lady, she was 52 and she looks like 32. I was very surprised. But she was eating half of the grapefruit in the morning. I was cutting the grapefruit, so one half she was eating one morning, the other half next morning. I was putting sugar on top of it, and she was using spoon and eating. That time the grapefruits were very sour. Gosh, I didn't like it too much. But she was telling me that she has problem with acid in her stomach. So the doctor told her to eat that. That time the doctors were using home remedies like that was normal. So, that they were using the remedies for everyone. And it was in England. So, but when you will start eating grapefruit, it's great for, grapefruit is good to improve blood cholesterol level. But it can interact with other medication as acute kidney failure, respiratory failure, internal bleeding, and sudden death. I don't know how good it is. I know that it can be good, but be your own judge. I couldn't find any information about this white stuff. That's what she was eating, that lady in Poland. Looks like it can be it's nothing special. You can try it, and it's now we have those big ones, the pomelo, honey pomelo. They are sweet and tasty, but once I read on some of my husband's medication for cholesterol, and it was said, don't eat grapefruit if you are taking this. So there are medication that will be actually telling you that you can't eat that. About skin tags. Cheryl gave me a tough time, my girlfriend, because actually once she came to me and she said, can you put tied a string on something? So I did, and it fell off eventually 1 or 2 days later. So that's easiest way when you have those long ones, and you can do that. But you can use as well garlic, which is natural antibiotic. Crush this, put this for 10-15 minutes to start making the juices. And apparently it's 1 clove of garlic. And to that add a little bit, few drops of iodine, povidone iodine. Povidone, Povidone, iodine. It's yellow, so make sure you don't make mess on your clothes. And you can put this under the tape in the morning and in afternoon. 1 garlic is just for 1 day. You can't reuse it in the morning next day. It has to be the half, whatever you don't use in the morning, you have to use in the afternoon. And it can be after 1 dose or a few weeks, actually, that you have to play with this. So it's up to you, but it will work. Eventually, for sure, it will work. When you have those skin tags, check with your doctor if you don't have predisposition for diabetes, because it shows that blood sugar is high, and you have very weak resistance for that, for digesting sugar. So make sure that you check why you have that. And sometimes they come temporarily for a while, and then you don't have them. So that's something that you have to pay attention. And maybe you were eating too much. It's around Christmas time or Valentine Day, when we are getting too many chocolates. So Johnny Music too. Okay, so I will do this now for prayers. So Johnny Music 2 is asking, please send love to Williams Lake, BC, residential school, Graves of St. Joseph's Mission Residential School. We have to pray for their souls. Williams Lake is 540 kilometers north from Vancouver, and apparently there will be a new graves founded there, probably around 45 that they are expecting, and they have to figure out how those children died there. And another sad story, and another thing that we have to pray is the biggest storm in so many years, maybe not even in the history of east coast of USA and Canada, because it will reach our territory, New Brunswick and to St. John's. So we have to pray for those people. That I was seeing a lot of flooding in the spring. I remember when I was saying that before. So, and for the patient of Red Deer, I'm from Red Deer, and we have shortage of staff in the hospital. The waiting time to be admitting, you are waiting in the waiting room for now 10 hours. When I was with my husband in December 31st, we were waiting 5.5 hours, and then he was waiting few hours in the corridor. It was cold. Good that he didn't get any cold. And because there was ambulances coming, and he could feel like they were coming, and that the open doors and close, so he was feeling that coldness there. But after 5 hours, somehow I went with him, and they told me, you can't stay here, you have to leave. So I was waiting at home for him just to see a doctor. And the doctor came, gave him tablets and nothing else, painkillers. So